and welcome to That Shakespeare Life. I'm Cassidy Cash, and this week we're going to be talking about Santa Claus for Shakespeare's lifetime. It's Christmas time again this year, and our thoughts are in full swing with all the sugar plums, candy canes, and hopefully some beautiful snow where you live. Growing up, children of the 20th and 21st century are very familiar with the concept of Father Christmas, or Santa Claus as he's become known today, who brings gifts to good children each Christmas Eve. But for William Shakespeare, the characters and particularly the understanding of Father Christmas would have been quite different. There was one Christmas carol from the 15th century that described Sir Christmas traveling around announcing the birth of Christ and offering drinks to people he met along the way. There's another 15th century reference describing a traditional Christmas battle between Christmas and Lent, who are fighting. And there's a parade of months throughout the year that culminates in the presentation of the King of Christmas riding a horse decorated with tinfoil. Now, obviously, there's a lot to unpack about that particular tradition, but the 15th century images of Christmas and this personification of the season existed well before Shakespeare. And the actual idea of Father Christmas didn't show up until after Shakespeare. So, what was England and by proxy William Shakespeare doing to celebrate Christmas figures for this 1564 to 1616 timeframe? Well, to find out, we sat down with historian and author Elizabeth Norton, and here's what she had to say.
Would probably be familiar with the concept of Father Christmas, but Father Christmas is, today Santa Claus and Father Christmas are synonymous, and it's used interchangeably in England. But Father Christmas in the 16th century is very, very different to Santa Claus. He is the personification of Christmas, if you like. He's not always called Father Christmas. Sometimes he's Captain Christmas or Sir Christmas or Prince Christmas, but he's very much the spirit of the season. And he is quite riotous, so sort of hard drinking, partying. He in fact has a club which he uses in some of the mumming plays, which are common in the period. So Shakespeare most likely will have heard of Father Christmas or one of his alter egos, Captain Christmas or Sir Christmas. He's not the jolly white-bearded fat man that we know today bringing presents to children, but he is obviously associated with the Christmas season.
And so that's one of the two figures that was the antecedent to Santa Claus. But what is the second one?
So the second one is, of course, St. Nicholas. And we can see that in the name Santa Claus, Santa Claus, Sinterklaas, St. Nicholas. He is a very obscure historical figure, a 4th century bishop of Myra, which is in modern day Turkey. We don't have very many historical records about St. Nicholas at all, but within a few centuries of his death, there are lots of legends circulating about him, and he's very much associated with youth. He's a patron saint of youth. There's a really nice story of him hearing about 3 sisters who can't afford dowries and sort of reaching through an open window, or in some accounts going down the chimney and dropping gold into their shoes so that they can get married and they won't be sold into slavery. So we can sort of see where Santa Claus can come from with this story. And by the 12th century, particularly in Northern Europe, so Germany, the Netherlands, France, he is associated with Christmas time. His feast day is the 6th of December, and also with present giving. Dutch children would leave their shoes out overnight on the 5th of December for their parents, well, for St. Nicholas actually, to fill with fruit or sort of small trinkets, small toys. And you get St. Nicholas fairs where parents can go and do their Christmas shopping. So he's actually much more closely associated with Santa Claus as we know him than Father Christmas. Although just like Father Christmas has his club, St. Nicholas can also be quite harsh to naughty people. Badly behaved children won't get a present. They might even get whipped by St. Nicholas.
Elizabeth Norton visited with us on the podcast That Shakespeare Life, and you can hear our entire interview with her, where she goes into more details on the history of Father Christmas and how those traditions developed, and some more information on that Christmas parade I mentioned earlier. You can explore all of these things at CassidyCash.com/episode 244, where you can listen to our entire conversation with Elizabeth Norton. There's bonus history there as well about the traditions of Christmas and Sir Christmas as they would have appeared in Shakespeare's lifetime. So make sure you stop by there to learn more. That's it for this week. Thank you for watching. For all of us here at That Shakespeare Life, I wish you a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season, and a wonderful new year. I'll see you then. Bye bye.